Hi, this is Tara Raphael at Wise Womanhood, and today we're going to talk about Wise Womanhood 101, which is about the uterus. If you have a uterus or you've ever had a uterus, you are definitely a woman. So, what does the uterus look like? It is a shape kind of like this. It's about the size of your fist and the same size about as your heart. And there's lots of different pictures you'll see of it. This picture is a common one where it looks like your uterus is in the middle, and then the fallopian tubes go out, or the egg tubes go out, and the eggs are out on the side, almost kind of like a moose head, it looks like. Okay, this is what it looks like when they cut it out of a woman's body and lay it on a table. So this isn't the way to think about your uterus. This is more of the picture what your uterus looks like when you are actually alive. And so this is looking down into your pelvis, and inside the uterus is behind the rectum, and then in between the rectum, and this is the bladder. Here is the bones. So, and then when it's in your body, the fallopian or egg tubes go back, and the ovaries are back inside in a more protected position. Okay, there you go. That's one way of thinking where your uterus is. Another way you can look, I have this handy model of a pelvis. And so the uterus is going to be about like this inside of the pelvis. And when a woman is lying on her back, you can sometimes feel the top of the uterus just a finger or two above the pubic bone. It's again between the bladder and the rectum and the large intestine as it comes down. When you stand up, your pelvis is tipping more like this, so it's even more protected inside when you're standing up. So now you know what it kind of looks like and where it is in your body. If you want to feel where your ovaries are, which are very important, you can do that by putting your hands together in a triangle and putting your thumbs in your belly button, and where your little finger touches, inside there, deeper inside, is about where your ovaries are. All right, so this is part one. One of the things I'm going to mention about the anatomy as well is that there's kind of a trampoline that is holding up the uterus. The trampoline is important because it allows the uterus to grow and when a woman is pregnant. So again, if you look at this picture, the orangish area here is a big ligament called the broad ligament. It attaches to the pelvic bones and it holds up the uterus so that it's not falling down, but it also allows the flexibility for the pelvis to accept a baby as it grows. So one of the things to know is that the uterus changes, and it changes in several different ways. One way that it changes is it changes with age. So when you're a newborn, it's pretty small, of course, because your body's small. And then when you get to puberty, it starts to be larger until you're mature adult. And this is an adult uterus that has never had a baby. Well, then, if you have had a baby, your uterus stays a little bit bigger. afterwards. Not a whole lot bigger, but a little. And then once you go through menopause, it gets smaller again because you're not going to use it for a baby. So you can see it kind of recedes back down. Another way the uterus changes in size is each menstrual cycle. So when you are at the beginning of your menstrual cycle, after you've bled, your uterus is about this size, which is 3 to 4 ounces in weight. And then your body is creating a real juicy place for an egg to lie in if you get pregnant. So before menstruation, your uterus is twice as big, twice as heavy. It's 6 to 8 ounces. So it's not just all in your head if it feels heavy down there right before your period. It is actually heavier down there. So that is something to know about, and we'll talk about more about why that's important in part 2. I hope this is helpful. If you want more information about your uterus or about having a healthy uterus in so many ways, contact me at wisewomanhood.com, my website. See you in part 2. Bye-bye.